Hello, this is Christelle from The Handy Marketer at www.handymarketer.com. Today I want to teach you some very basic skills in Photoshop because I love Photoshop and I think you can learn how to do some very simple things to help you in your work. This is not the latest version of Photoshop. This is CS4. I think we're now up to CS5 or 6. But anyway, the basics are the same and the menu is almost identical now. So the first things I want to help with is how to resize your image, rotate them and crop them. So very basic adjustments, and it will give you a little look around the menu here. So the first thing is to resize your image. So you would go under image size to simply resize it. So what do we see here? We see the pixel dimensions of the photo. The width is 1000 pixels and the height is 750 pixels. And I'm going to use this tool here to resize. But let me just go over the other fields. Here under document size, we have the width and the height again, but this time in centimeters, or you could choose in inches, millimeters, points, etc., etc. And you have the resolution here. This field here is very good for controlling your resolution and the size of your image in detail, but it can be a little bit complicated because you can get confused with the resolution, the PPI and the pixels and everything. So I suggest you don't touch here for changing the size of your image, but just work over here by adjusting the pixel size or working with percentage. Now what you just have to be careful is to make sure that the the constraint proportions is ticked, which means that when you reduce the photo, it will remain the proportions between the width and the height. You see? So you tick that, and then you can select. For example, now I know that the picture is about 1000 pixels wide, and if I want to use it on my blog, let's say, and it's a maximum 600 pixels wide, I can just type 600 pixels, click OK, up, and the photo is reduced automatically. Okay, so that's one thing, resizing. Now how to rotate your photos, because sometimes, the line of the horizon is not exactly straight on our photo, exactly like here, for example. You could choose to rotate manually by giving a number, like 40 degrees, 90 degrees. In most cases, it's just what you need, and I show you that. Image rotation, and you can go 180 degrees, 90 degrees, clockwise, or 19 degrees counterclockwise. But I want to show you a little trick that's very convenient, mainly for the horizon line. So I go back here. Under the menu here, there's a tool called eyedropper. And if you click and you hold down the mouse, you'll see this ruler tool. This is called the ruler tool, where you can measure. You can measure distances on the document, but what you can also do is measure angles. So for example, let me go over the horizon line, approximately, and you see here there's an angle minus 20 degrees. So now when I go into image rotation, arbitrary, it is going to automatically rotate by 20 degrees counterclockwise. And voila, my horizon line is now straight. So it's very practical to do little adjustments on your photos. And the last thing I wanted to show you is about cropping your images. So let's say I've now rotated my photo and I want to remove all this white area. So you select the crop tool here, and you can choose exactly which proportions over here you want to have on your final photo. For example, 200 by 200, or maybe you want to have a square photos, so you could go 300 pixels by 300 pixels, and you don't have to enter pixels, you could just go 300 by 300, actually you do, sorry, 300 by 300 pixels to keep it a square. And so there I go, you drag and drop the corner, and you see that I can't have anything else than a square because it's constrained. And you click enter, and your photo is cropped to the dimension that you wanted. So we entered 300 by 300. Let's just check. If I go under image size, 300 by 300. Perfect. So that's it, just very simple adjustments, and I hope you found it useful, and it's a first little introduction to Photoshop. Thank you and bye-bye.